and welcome to my review of Haikyuu chapter 268 and 269. Last chapter was pretty late, so we're just gonna combine them into one thing, which is fine, because it concludes the Nekoma storyline. And yeah, it was great. It was really great. I really love the line that Kenma had last chapter about hating gravity, because it's always such a trope in sports anime that gravity just it's different. It works differently. It's like time and gravity has a life of its own. So I thought it was a little funny call out because Haikyuu does play with both gravity and time just as much as any other sports anime does, or manga for that case. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And I thought it was really funny that the other characters called it out as well in this chapter. But yeah, generally this with Kema it was just really great. Also, just seeing other sides of him. It was great to acknowledge for him to acknowledge that his teammates are his friends, and for him to be like visibly annoyed, but at the same time wanting to do more. Like I really love the line he had. Like he wanted to keep fighting to because he wanted to get to the final boss, and then you have Hinata right after he said that. Like oh, and then with Kuro saying, "We've arrived." Karasuno, we've arrived. Like, is the next match gonna be the crows versus the cats? Like, oh my god, that would be so hype. Cause whoa. And I'm just, yeah. The entire thing with Nekoma was really nice, just in terms of Kenma and why he wants to keep fighting, cause at some point this is gonna be the end of Nekoma, whether they lose to Karasuno or Fukurodani, as I think, or some other team. It's gonna be the end of them somehow, and when that time comes, Kenma and Kuro will no longer play together, so it's nice that Kenma has the others that he can still bond with, because he has Liev, he has Tora, other first and second years. So I thought that was really nice, and I've said this before, I enjoy spending time with Nekoma, especially because you get a lot of like focused characters arcs with very few chapters, because they are still side characters, important side characters, but they're not the main characters, they're not Karasuno. So I thought that was really nice. And then to wrap up their storyline with them watching Karasuno play and then being like, oh, they're playing the Mia brothers, like, we're gonna wait for you here, we're gonna meet you, and we're gonna fight. Or play against each other at the very least. I thought it was really nice. But what really intrigued me with this chapter was the fact that we have Nishinoya feeling vulnerable, because apparently this is the first time he's been humiliated on the court. This is the first time where he's been targeted and he has not been able to deal with it, because he's mostly been targeted by Mia Atsume, who's using jump floater serves, and as we all know, Nishinoya hates using the overhand, and the overhand is the one thing that's like reliable against a jump floater serve. So it's really nice to have his vulnerability, his weaknesses exposed like this, but I also want to see him overcome it, of course, and see what's gonna happen there, because I've said before that I wanted to see more of Nishinoya in terms of him being weak, because he's like, aside from Kageyama, he's like their most talented guy, and he might even be more talented than Kageyama, who knows. What they do are very, very different. And Nishinoya does learn very quickly. He's very adaptable. Like, we've seen it with the way that he's learned how to do the setup in a very short amount of time. And yeah, it's great to see that we're gonna see more of Nishinoya, like, showing his weak side. This does make it seem like it's less likely that he's gonna get an injury, but I like this turn of events as well, because of course we already had the thing with Nekoma's Libero, of course, because that would be then a mirror story, but yeah, I think it's still nice to see this turn of events. But I still would want Nishinoya to sit out for a match, just because I want Karasuno to know that they should scout for a new Libero, because next year will be Nishinoya's last year, and if we're gonna follow Hinata, Kageyama, Tsuki, and Yamaguchi through all 3 years, they're gonna need a new Libero at some point, so yeah. But I thought it was super interesting that he's targeted, and then he doesn't know what to do when he's targeted. So yeah, that's very enjoyable. I think he'll they'll figure out either in the next chapter or the chapter after that how to deal with it. But it's also interesting to see that Karasuno is like so many points behind. They're not in double digits yet, and Inarazaki is. Is Inarazaki their name? I forgot. It's been so long. It's been so long. I say it's been 5 weeks or something. But yeah, I hope that we don't get too much more of this match. I said before we started the Nekoma thing, I wanted it to be like a month, 2 months at most. Of course, now it has to be prolonged because we got a Nekoma thing. So, yeah, I'd say let this be over with in October, somewhere in October, because I do still believe that Karasuno will win it somehow. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna deal with all these different things. It's probably gonna be it'd be really cool if they won 2 sets in a row, because they're so far behind now and they just have an amazing comeback. I don't think that'll happen. It'll probably like drag out to like 3 sets. But hopefully we'll just skip through something then, because I don't want like 40 chapters of them playing a team that I'm 100%, 99% certain that they'll win against. But yeah, but it would be sad though if they never met Nekoma. Like, they were so close and yet so far. That's been like the entire life story of those 2 teams for so long, and they just... It's sad. It's really sad that they never got to play each other back in the day when they had their rivalry at like the top level. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to say because it pretty much wrapped up like Kenma's character arc, or like for now, and like it sets up where not Kenma, where Nekoma is when they're gonna meet Karasuno, even if this is where they're gonna meet Karasuno, if they have like one more match or something. But yeah, I think it's like the stage is set. You have Nekoma waiting for them, and then you just have Karasuno just have to deal with their few weaknesses, and they can meet each other like when they're at their strongest. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I really think that the Nekoma versus Karasuno match is gonna be soon, just with the way that they said it. With Kuro being like, yeah, we're ready, we're here, and with Kenma saying that he wants to fight to, yeah, meet the final boss. Yeah, I thought that's really great. And when we get to that match, damn, that could take... I wouldn't mind that being a really, really long one. Like, the Shiratorizawa one was so long. I feel like Nekoma is probably not gonna be just as long, because it's still only 3 sets, but then again, there's much more backstory we have to cover maybe, and just seeing like parallels and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. I think the Narasaki match will be over soon. I'm gonna guess between 5 and 7 chapters, maybe less. But yeah, I think that's what I have to say, so you can leave a like if you liked anything that I had to say. Leave in the comments below what you think will happen next and what you thought of these 2 chapters. And you can subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, bye!